Wealth Briefing Asia had a real good article that was talking about the trend of U.S. citizenship renunciation to rise dramatically. This article just came out just a few hours ago, and it talked about the threat of higher taxes combined with other factors could produce a sharp rise in the number of Americans seeking to give up their citizenship. The number of U.S. citizens looking to renounce a nationality will increase dramatically because they're looking to break free as taxes rise. And they were talking about this article that there's going to be a huge amount of Americans in the next few years because of this new administration wanting to relinquish their U.S. citizenship. Also in this article, I'm going to be talking more about why this is occurring, and if you're going to be doing something like this, it's going to be beneficial to do it probably sooner than later. But before I do this, if you will get a chance, if you hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here, you'll get new videos automatically. And number two is I'd like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And number three is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. All right, now, the U.S. taxes its citizens on a worldwide basis, the only major country to do so. And expats must file annual returns to the Internal Revenue Service. With the Biden administration expected to push up income, capital, and estate taxes in the coming year, high net worth Americans are in the firing line. And for expats, they can only escape the net by basically giving up their U.S. citizenship. Now, the pandemic has also interrupted renunciation processes, and countries opening up there are probably going to see a big rush in cases. It must be remembered that since the start of the pandemic, many U.S. missions, where people actually relinquish their U.S. citizenship, have been closed or operate at a reduced capacity. For example, they talked about in the article, they had received an email from the U.S. Embassy in Bern, Switzerland, saying that they had been waiting. There was a waiting list of around 400 people for renunciation appointments, and that is only one of 307 U.S. foreign missions. So in summary, the rate of expatriation will continue to accelerate dramatically. The number of renunciations grew fast last year, despite the disruptions to business life from the COVID-19. And it went on to say that a Europe-based organization specialized in U.S. tax preparation information provider had mentioned that a record number of 6,705 Americans gave up their citizenship in 2020, and that was up by around 260% from 2019, when 2,577 U.S. citizens did so. Now, the rise in all of them more striking, considering how many U.S. consulates were shut down for most of 2020 because of the pandemic. The previous record for renunciations was 5,411 cases in 2016. For so long, the U.S. has been a beacon attracting immigrants, including high net worth individuals seeking to get away from high taxes, oppression, and lack of opportunity. The shift towards a renunciation by wealthy people takes getting used to. And I think what people don't realize is most of these people that are coming to the U.S., they're not wealthy people, they're poor people. And this is a totally different situation. And most people are not wealthy, so this is why that number is smaller than you think. If everybody was taxed on 50% of their money, you'd have a total exodus. But they went on to say that a list of thousands of such expatriating Americans is reported by the Federal Register. So why are so many people getting out? Well, they mentioned here that the taxes are almost always a major factor, but rarely the only one. Control over strategic philanthropy, disenchantment with political partisan paralysis, concerns over civil unrest, and increasing societal violence amplified by widespread gun ownership are also frequent mention. Also add to this the realization that a majority of wealthy people have successfully lived their entire lives without a U.S. passport or full-time residence in the U.S., and they have a decent understanding of why expatriation is exploding. Now, what happens is you got a lot of these people that are living outside the U.S. that actually maybe have never even been to the U.S. or maybe just were born in the U.S. And they're having to pay these taxes on worldwide income, so a lot of these people are getting out too. All these drivers have come to light because of the pandemic has forced many to overcome the inherent life inertia of their previously carefully curated lives. They went on to say that those people were driven out of New York City and discovered that they could survive and thrive elsewhere. This gave them the perspective to look at the tax future that the New York City mayor, governor, and federal politicians had planned for them. Since a body in motion tends to stay in motion, many decided to not only move to a low-tax state, but also to equip themselves to legally and permanently leave the U.S. tax system. Now, there's little doubt that tax hikes in some form are coming. Wealth managers have told this news service that tax hikes, both federal and in some cases state level, are expected in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, we did a tape on this where Elizabeth Warren is also pushing for the U.S. wealth tax. U.S. citizens cannot easily flee the tax system by just moving abroad. You can somewhat use the foreign overseas exclusion, but you're not going to get rid of everything if you're a real high net worth person. Even before the tighter controls enacted under the U.S. Foreign Accounts Tax Compliance Act, we also call FATCA, any U.S. citizen green card holder was in the tax net, a situation affecting only one other country, Intria, other major nations' tax citizens based on residency. Of course, Intria, they don't really enforce their taxation based on worldwide income. The U.S. is the only one that really enforces it. Anyway, if you got a question or comment, put it below. And also, I'd like to hear from you. If you go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, hit the top bar that says Apply with Us, fill out the questions. Hit that bottom bar that says Send it to us, and we'll get back with you. We deal with a lot of citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.